Hey guys, I know this is strange, twice in 1 week. I'm a new woman. I'm gonna turn this way down. My phone's been doing this weird thing where if I get to a certain spot, I look like a Tin Man, and it's not my actual camera, it's only apps like Facebook and Instagram. So I had heard of this method from a bunch of other artists. I started doing it a while back, and I was so impressed with the results. Tis why I named this video what I did, because that's a true story. And my dad is not ultra observant. I would get an 18-inch haircut as a kid and he would not notice. But like a week ago, I walked in and my dad looked at me and he's like, "Did you get lip injections?" And I said, "Did I get what?" And he's like, "Okay, well, I guess I know the answer to that, but you look different." I think that's man speak for a compliment. I'll take it as one. So what I do is I line my lips with some of our contour colors. There's a few that I like particularly for this. You can line your lips with anything. You can go to the store and get a lip liner in any color. But the reason why I like using our contours is because they're gray based, and I am trying to create more of a shadow effect than just lining my lips to line them. Does that make sense? So I use these gray based contours, and they create just an illusion of a more powderier lip. I'm not super into overlining. That's a huge trend, and you overline outside your lips to make them look bigger. I look like a buffoon every single time I even attempt to do it. It does not look cute on me. It is so obvious that I overlined them that I just pretty much stay away from that. So if you are able to do that, that is blessings upon you, because some of us can't get away with it. So I'm going to show you real quick what I like to do. This color right here is Astoria. I use Astoria a lot for my contour color. It's really pretty, and it's kind of ashy and deeper than some of our other ones. And I go in, this is our multi-hacker, right? Multi-hacker brush. And I'm going to just dip in and get a somewhat generous amount, but we're not digging into it. And then I'm going to get real close so you can see. And I start by lining my lip. Now I am on the outside. I'm not doing the inside of the lip, but I'm not also overlining like a crazy woman. I'm following, it's really hard to talk and do this. I'm following my natural lip line. So just go up like that. And you can already see, like, I'm not wearing a lipstick, but from back here, it already looks like that lip is a lot powderier, because that is a gray base, and that's what shadows look like on our face, is more of a gray hue. So we'll go up on the top and line the top with the same thing. Again, I am not overlining. This is the actual shape and width of my lips. Okay. And I do a little bit more of a generous amount on my bottom lip than I do on my top, especially right in the middle. Because if you think about it, if our lip is overhanging a little bit and we have our top lip, that's where the shadow is going to be more concentrated anyways. If you pictured a bright light down, that's where it'd cast the shadow. Okay, so this color is Bare. You can do this with any color you want, but I find that if you use a lighter color contrasting with the kind of gray or darker liner, you get more of that powderier look. So same brush, I'm going into this really pretty color called Bare, and it's, in person it looks like almost purplish, but it's very neutral. It looks really pretty on your cheeks and your lips. And I'm gonna fill in just like that. And Milo's like doing it right back. He thinks it's so funny. like so. So it's like a very neutral lip. Honestly, a little too neutral for my liking, unless I'm really tan, but I'm not really tan right now. And so I think this amount of neutral washes me out just a little bit. And so I'm gonna use on top of that a deeper purple. I tend to kind of gravitate more towards purple lip colors. This color's Plum, and it's really nice. It's in the same family as Bare, but you can see there's a lot more pigment and color in that one. And I'm gonna mix this in just because I think that looks better for my skin tone. And you can already see just the littlest bit brings a little bit more life into my lips, and it's not so neutral. Okay, so you could end there and you'd be good, and it definitely looks like my lips are a lot bigger than they were. But a couple other tricks that you can actually do is dip into that same color, Astoria, but you're gonna go super light, just like a little tap on this brush. And actually, we're not lining at this point, we're creating the faintest shadow. And I promise you, I could turn this up a little bit, this is not gonna look like dirt or anything on your, sorry, this lighting is so bad, on your face, because you're gonna not let it be like super unblended. I just took that tiny tap and I'm going right under, and that will create, again, more of a pout because we're creating even more of a shadow right there. Turn this up a little bit. And then you're gonna go down the top of the Cupid's bow and you're gonna direct the light right there. So I had a little bit already. And that I'm using my Illuminator Honey. So I'm bringing honey just at the top of the Cupid's bow, and that brings light right there, shows you the very top of the Cupid's bow, and then the contrast between the shadow look and then the highlight kind of makes your eyes, it's an illusion, okay? Another thing that you can do, I don't do this a ton, I prefer typically more matte than sparkly lips, but you can actually take that illuminator and tap just the center. And again, that helps the light balance and bounce off your lip. So, my lips don't typically look that full if I'm not wearing anything. This works for any color, so if you wanted to do that with a pink, you can totally do that. So I could just go, but if these are not like your color choices, I can show you a different variation and we'll just build it on top. So this is an even deeper color. This is indigo. And I'll go right over and then line with indigo. I know it's super dark, but it blends out really pretty. And I'm lining. Like so. And I kind of blend them in. And then we'll pick a different lip color. Love ya, Milo. I love ya. Making kissies at me. I don't know. What do we want to do? Let's go with... Gosh, I'm trying to not pick purples. It's hard for me not to pick a purple. Let's go with Sandstone. This is a really pretty brick red kind of color. So we lined with indigo, which was darker than Astoria. And then we're going to go into Sandstone. And it's going to be a little bit of a different variation since we're layering it on those other ones that we just used. But we're bringing kind of this more red look. Probably the most the least daring red you could get away with. It is really nice, and it's not like your typical bright red lip if that's not your thing. We're still seeing that darker line, but it is not looking like a really harsh lip liner when you think of lip liner. So that's where we started. And it's my favorite trick to pull out because I don't have super full lips, especially my top lip is not super full. And I definitely feel like it helps, and it's a lot cheaper than injections. And you don't have to like weigh that whole, could go into like anaphylactic shock whole thing either. So it's always a plus. Feel free to spray them with the same setting spray, let dry. It'll help them stay. But if not, and you're eating or whatever, throw them in your compact. Or for me, I put them in my clutch, and I'm good to go for the rest of the day if I need a touch up at all. All right, I hope that tip was helpful. I use it all the time, and I don't think I've actually done a video on it. So hope you have a great weekend. Let me know if you have any questions, and I am promising to do a little bit more of these tips along the way. All right, if you're watching the replay, you're just hopping on, you can go back to the top. I'm gonna post it now, and it should be saved. All right, bye guys.